Okay, so this is my math final project. Okay, so for the first slide that I will be answering is a perseverance. Now, the one time that I really struggled was when I first moved up. You know, there was a lot of work that I had to catch up. There's a whole quiz and all that, and it was a lot of work. But I went through with it. You know, I did the work, and I eventually did catch up. And the struggle, it was good because it taught me to not give up, and that hard things eventually give good things. You know, so yeah, it was a good struggle, um, and so I persevered. You know, it was hard, but I did go through it, and yeah, I moved up in math. That was good. That was like one of my goals. So for the second slide that I will be showing is uh, creativity. I will be showing creativity. Now, I found personally, I found um, the uh, the geometry thing, the finding whether or not something's a right triangle, to be very creative. I found those problems to be very creative because that's something I never heard of before. You know, finding well out whether or not something's a triangle, even if you don't have any angles or that sort of thing. And so I feel like it's not the most useful thing, but it was certainly interesting. So yeah, that was I would say that was very creative. There were also a lot of really creative jokes in the math class, um, and a lot of creative ideas in the math class. Um, so I would say yeah, definitely. Now the final slide I will be answering is the beauty of math. Now I would say math. The mathematical idea that I have found that is beautiful is algebra, because you can not have um, a number. You know, you cannot have a number and still come up with an answer to something that you didn't have a number for before. And I feel like that's pretty cool. You know, I mean, I'd say that's pretty cool, man. You know, and you know, another mathematical idea that I have found beautiful was is the idea of infinity, because with the idea of infinity, you can do some very interesting things, like, for example, 1 equals 0, and stuff like that. And I feel like that's really cool, and you know, it's beautiful. You know, so yeah. So for my overall reflection, um, in terms of how I have improved my critical thinking slash problem solving abilities, I have done problem solving and critical thinking. I don't know how else to phrase it. You know, I mean, I did it. You know, to get better at it, I did it. I mean, that's just me. You know, in terms of the concepts that I feel confident in, I feel like I'm very confident in everything except the whole triangle, the finding triangle, like if it's a triangle or not thing. That's just tad bit too much things to that I have to remember. But you know, besides that, oh well, you know, not much. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm feeling pretty confident. You know, going into 10th grade, I'm feeling very confident. Of course, you know, I don't know if Corona is going to continue, especially with all the protests that have been happening. So there might be a second wave. I don't know. I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling very, very confident. So I've strengthened my grit this year by a couple things. I feel like the biggest one related to math class is definitely moving up. Going to a harder problem solving, and doing harder math problems has definitely helped me and strengthened my grit. Stuck through it, stuck through with it, and yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. So when I react to making a mistake, my first thought is I'd like to think about what mistake I made and why I made it. I am quite comfortable failing, making mistakes. I'm quite comfortable. And I am able to accept when I don't understand something. Fine with that. I do need a bit more help, I guess, if you will. No, not help's not the right word. I do need to go seek out help more often, because I am more of the type of person to just you go on the internet and try to crack this thing on my own. But yeah. My approach to math has definitely changed for the better, actually. So I would say each class has its sort of own environment, if you will. So my approach to math has definitely changed, and it's gone back to actually no, it hasn't gone back to anything, but it has changed, and it's gone from more boredom to more happiness and carefree and loving. I enjoyed your class. Your class was good. You may not have enjoyed me in your class, but your class was good. It's definitely very entertaining. Very entertaining. And so, I learned something. I did learn something. It's not the class that matters. It's the people in the class. Well, and the teacher, I guess, if you will. It's not the subject itself. It's more the teacher, that matters. So, yeah, I like math a bit more. I'll be completely honest. I like math a bit more. I used to not like math, but a bit more tolerable now. What am I most proud of? Most proud thing from our time together? It's a good question. I would have to say the most proud thing from our time together would be when we were, I don't know, actually, there were a lot of moments. Probably when I came to you for help the first time. I know you probably don't remember, but when I came to you for help the first time, I feel like that was certainly good. That was, I'm pretty happy about that. There were definitely a lot of good moments. A lot of good moments. The most memorable unit/lesson for me. The most memorable unit/lesson. Okay. I'm a level with you, real quick. I learned from your class, but this is a good thing, but I remember more of the happier, funnier things from class than I do the actual work, and it's a good thing because it makes me like the subject more, which makes me do better in the subject. But I would say the most memorable unit for me would definitely be the unit that I moved in when I moved up, the first unit. That was extra hard, and that was very memorable for me. You know. But yeah, that's about it. Do I feel ready to be an active participant in math class next year? Yeah. In terms of how excited I am for next year, I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it a 5. And if you're wondering, that is an improvement, because middle school, the middle school just wasn't it. High school 9th grade wasn't bad though. I mean, some classes were good, some classes were bad. Your class was on the good end. Her class was definitely on the good end. And I'm being serious. Like, her class was definitely on the good end. So yeah, that's my reflection. Yeah,